Hi everyone, welcome to the A to Z Analytics channel, where I plan to share my knowledge of data analytics and business intelligence through Microsoft Excel and Tableau. I hope you enjoy this video and learn something valuable. If you hit the subscribe button and enable notifications, you'll be notified when new videos are uploaded, which I'll be doing on a weekly basis. So today I would like to give you an introduction to formulas in Excel, so you can be more confident and get more out of Excel. Most people will be familiar with the use of Excel to display tables of data, such as financial data and reports, amongst other reasons. Creating tables of data isn't that special. You can use Microsoft Word and other programs for the same purpose. What gives Excel its power is its native ability to include formulas. So what are formulas? Formulas can be thought of as a standard construct into which information can be added and a result obtained. Everyone should remember some of the formulas they learn at school. The first of which that come to me are for areas of two-dimensional shapes, such as the area of a rectangle, which is length times width. The formulas for these as represented in Excel will be equals length asterisk width, where length and width are references to cells which hold the required values for length and width. In Excel, the multiplication symbol X you learn at school is replaced with an asterisk, and division is represented with a forward slash. Alternatively, referencing cells, you can enter the numbers directly, as I have shown in this example, equals 4 asterisk 3, which is the same as 4 times 3, which equals 12. If you knew the area and length of a rectangle, you could work out the width by dividing the area by the length, and this would be similar to above, but instead of having a multiplication with an asterisk, you would use division, which uses a forward slash. In Excel, the standardized construct of formulas are known as syntax. All the formulas within Excel have a syntax. It would take some time to learn all the syntax for each formula, but it's easy to learn the basics and develop from there. Fortunately, Excel also has built-in syntax assistance to help you utilize formulas, which I will show you shortly. For Excel to understand that you are entering a formula, you will need to start with entering an equals sign. If the cell you are creating a formula in is to simply equal another cell, then you could just use equals and then the cell reference. Often though, the equals sign will be followed by a function and the operations of that function within a pair of brackets, such as equals sum. There are other characters that may be used as part of the syntax, such as the @ symbol, square brackets, or curly brackets, but I shall leave those for another video. Now, if we wanted to calculate the perimeter of the rectangle, which is the width plus the length and the width plus length again, we could enter the following formula: equals sum 3 plus 4 plus 3 plus 4. And now Excel has calculated the sum of all those numbers, which is 14. We can use some of those formulas in the following example. Rather than enter the numbers directly into the formula, we can reference the cells which contain the numbers. This way, if we drag the formula down to another cells, it can reference cells in the new row. For example, the area would become equals the width, which is in F6, multiplied by the length, which is in G6. We can then drag that formula down to work out 15 times 30. And similar, we can work out the length based on the width and the area, which would be equals the area in H8 divided by the width in F8. Similarly, we can calculate the area per box. Assuming each box contains 10 tiles, it will be equals 10 multiplied by the area, which in this case is in H6. We can then drag that formula down and repeat in the other rows. Now, there are plenty of built-in formulas. Formulas can be typed in directly, as I was doing there, but there is also a collection of the various formulas in the formula ribbon. Looking at the ribbon, there is a section called the function library. which contains a number of icons which are grouped into different types by usage. Starting from the left, you have AutoSum, which if you click the small arrow below gives you the formulas under this category, which are commonly used to summarize numbers. Uniquely to AutoSum, if you click the sigma icon, it will insert the sum function. Clicking on the other options will show a drop-down list. So if I return to my spreadsheet and I want to calculate the stock level, the sum of the stock level, I can just click the AutoSum button and it will add in the formula equals sum and the range E6 to E8. I can then press enter to confirm. To the left of the function library is an icon named insert function. Clicking this will invoke a pop-up through which you can look through all the functions. Selecting a function from the list will show you the syntax and a brief purpose of the function. There is also a link to Excel help, which will take you to the help page on the selected function should you want further explanation. Otherwise, searching on Google is bound to bring up a wealth of results. Now if you select a function and click OK, another pop-up will replace that one called function arguments. This will give you specific boxes to enter your data or references in. Usually you want to use references to a specific cell or cells, but you can also use a fixed number, text, or named range. You can type directly in, but if you click the blocks to the right, you will transfer to a smaller box and be able to select areas using the mouse. Once selected, clicking the icon to the right will return you to the larger pop-up. Once you have all your components entered, click OK and the cell will be updated. All of the functions can help with saving time over writing your own formulas, especially once you are familiar with the syntax. To further the power of these functions, they can be combined or nested together to create more complex calculations. You should probably build familiarity with the individual formulas before attempting this, and in the meantime can spread longer calculations over multiple cells or columns. As an example, in this sheet we have a table calculating profits over a number of weeks. For weeks 1 and 2 I have summed the sales across the different size products to calculate total sales. I've also calculated total costs by summing the fixed and variable costs to calculate total costs. I've then calculated the total profit by deducting total costs from total sales. For weeks 3 and 4 I have taken a slightly different approach, which doesn't require calculating the total columns. The profit is calculated by summing the total sales and deducting the total costs in one formula. We can see that both methods yield the same results, but one doesn't require the separate calculation of the totals. The other sections in the ribbon called Define Names and Formula Auditing are useful, and I'll be covering those in a separate video. The last section on the ribbon, Calculation, gives you various options for when calculations will occur. As a default, calculations occur usually when you hit the Enter key or otherwise refresh data. In large spreadsheets or ones containing complex calculations, it may take considerable processing power, which causes Excel to freeze whilst completing all the calculations. You can vary the calculation behavior to occur manually or to exclude data tables. The three options can be found if you select the Calculation Options button. For some workbooks you may want to turn off calculation temporarily, or you make changes by switching to manual and returning to automatic after you have made all your changes. You may notice some odd behavior when dragging down formulas, where the result stays the same when it obviously shouldn't. If this is happening when working on someone else's workbook, they may have turned off calculations on purpose or an error. In this example, which uses the tile data we used before, I have a simple formula to calculate the area per box, which assumes there are 10 tiles per box. This multiplies the area per tile by 10. If I switch the calculation options to manual, when I drag down the formula, it will show the same result for the formulas, although the area changes. If I switch back to automatic, it will now recalculate the formulas and give the expected results. There are two other buttons which sound similar: Calculate Now and Calculate Sheet. The difference between them is that when you have manual calculations switched on, Calculate Sheet will carry out calculations for the active worksheet, and Calculate Now will carry out calculations for all open worksheets. Thank you all for watching. I hope I've helped introduce you to formulas in Excel and given you some confidence to explore. I'll be grateful if you could hit the like button to give the video a thumbs up, as it really helps spread the word. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe so you can be notified of when more videos are uploaded. You'll also find more videos if you head over to my channel. And if you have any questions, feedback or topics you would like covered, then please leave a comment below and I'll respond. I love feedback and learning from others. All the best, Aaron.